Young and restless, Summer and Kyle had been doing a stand-up job of navigating the pitfalls of having mothers who are sworn enemies, until recently. Now, as Kyle told his father, he genuinely doesn't see how his marriage will survive unless circumstances change. As it turns out, even that may not be enough to save the sinking ship of the Skyle union. Phyllis and Diane's historical hatred boiled over more than once since the latter returned to Genoa City, but Kyle and Summer were able to present a united front and refused to let their mother's animosity hammer their marriage. Ironically, when things got the worst between them, it was because of a completely or mostly unrelated matter. Summer went sideways when she learned Kyle had gone behind her back to team with Victor to rid Jabot of Adam, not because of any particular fondness for Adam, but because she has asked her husband not to keep secrets, and he lied to her about it. During the ensuing argument, she accused him of being like his mother, Diane, which was one of the first signs that the marriage might be facing some tough times ahead. They got past that as Kyle apologized and romanced a reluctant Summer back into his good graces, and the two were happily reunited by the time Genoa City's bicentennial gala rolled around and all was well. Until they encountered his mother choking her mother in one of the suites upstairs, whilst telling her she'd be doing the world a favor by strangling her to death. Believe it or not, Summer and Kyle even managed to weather that shocking scenario, at least long enough to get back downstairs for Jack and Diane's big engagement announcement, which of course was crashed by a ranting Phyllis, who proceeded to collapse, and later die in an ambulance explosion that we, the audience, know to have been faked. Yup, Phyllis is alive and well. Okay, she's not well at the current time, but that's another story, and Diane is behind bars after having been implicated by planted evidence for poisoning her. Somehow, she's been charged with murder even though the redhead died in the ambulance fire. But that's neither here nor there in the soap world. She's in deep doo-doo, not only with the authorities but with her daughter-in-law. Kabuka could help our planet reduce methane gas emissions from cows. Summer is utterly convinced that her husband's mother killed her mom and is bent on seeing her go down for the crime. Kyle, for his part, is certain that Diane is innocent. The opposing viewpoints on the matter are having exactly the effect on their marriage that one would guess. Kyle recently told his father Jack that he doesn't see how he and Summer can possibly make it through this together unless they prove Diane was framed. To Kyle's way of thinking, once they were able to implicate Stark and show that his mom was set up, Summer would see the light and all would be well. Other than her grieving Phyllis. We're sure he was picturing his wife apologizing to him and Diane for having been so wrong about her. It was Summer's brother, Noah, who pointed out to Kyle that he may want to prepare himself. Even if he does prove that Jeremy Stark killed Phyllis and set up Diane to take the fall, she and Kyle's marriage will not be off the hook. Noah warned that Summer will still blame Diane for her mother's death. Why? Stark came to town seeking revenge on Diane because she turned him into the feds and kept his money. Had she not antagonized the criminal, he never would have been in Genoa City, and Phyllis would still be alive. With those words of warning, Noah may have foreshadowed the final nail in the coffin of Skyle's marriage, which may be kaput by the time Phyllis ever shows herself to be alive.